And welcome back to the America Zone, the Investor Summit of the Singapore FinTech Festival. I'm Glenn Van Zutphen with you on the Global Common Channel. Our next event is the third part of the FinTech Demo Day segment. It is the first, in the first two sessions, the Asia and Europe Hub, we heard pitches from a total of 7 leading FinTech startup companies. Well, now in this third session, we will feature another 3 more companies. Previse, a payment solution supply chains, Izicap, the digital market and loyalty platform for acquires Invicta, a business management and client engagement application. Now, without further ado, we'll go over to the Tech FinHub Demo Day presentation and pitches.
Hello, everyone, and welcome wherever you are in the world. My name is Amy Neale, and I have responsibility for Mastercard's StartPath program, our startup engagement initiative through which we work with the boldest and brightest fintechs from across the globe, supporting them to scale with Mastercard technology, expertise and access, and also partnering with them to uncover opportunities to innovate together. We're delighted to have been invited by SingX to contribute to day 4 of this incredible festival of all things fintech. Over the course of the day, we have brought 3 sessions to the stage, all of them addressing the ways in which fintech is solving problems that exist in the world today. Fintech founders are typically mission-driven by nature, and given the cataclysmic changes that have affected so many in 2020, which in turn have seen an acceleration of fintech in use, our overarching banner for our contributions today is FinTech for Good. Our goal is to provide you with insights on critical fintech topics and also to introduce you to some of the best fintechs in the world addressing these areas. This session focuses on fintech solutions for small and medium-sized businesses as the drivers of the economy. At Mastercard, we have committed $250 million over the next 5 years to leverage our network, our insights, our technology, our partnership, our philanthropic funds to deliver the resources small business owners need. Our commitment to support SMBs is matched by new solutions for SMBs from the fintech space. And throughout 2020, we have seen fintech innovation that supports SMEs as being a space that has been one of the few winners in the pandemic. We carried out research in collaboration with PitchBook to understand where smart money is being invested in fintech. And venture capital funding going to fintechs solving for SMBs was robust even before the onset of COVID-19, with about $6.2 billion invested since 2018 across over 300 funding rounds, and investment rounds remain robust throughout the pressures of 2020. So, what do we have in store for you today? It's clear that in 2020, getting the right type of capital to small businesses when they need it is vital. So in just a moment, Andrea Gillman, Global SME Lead at Mastercard, will be joined by Brock Blake, Founder and CEO at Lendio, to explore the importance of supporting SMB as the drivers of the economy and the importance of forging joint partnerships to drive solutions within this segment. Through the StartPath program, we've had the opportunity to work with a number of fintechs that are solving the needs of small businesses. So after we hear from Andrea and Brock, we will introduce you to 3 such companies: Previse from the UK, Izicap from France, and vCita from the US and Israel. So for those of you who have joined us but are a little less familiar with Mastercard StartPath, let me share a short video to provide some more detail, after which I'll let Andrea take the reins and host Brock in a fireside chat.
Hi, everybody. My name is Andrea Gillman. I am the Global Segment Lead for Small Businesses at Mastercard. I am joined today with Brock Blake, and we are going to do a fireside chat. Brock, do you want to say hello?
Hey, Andrea. Nice to be on stage with you, the virtual stage, and talk about Smart Path and small businesses and how we help in this global economy.
Wonderful. So yeah, let's set the stage before we get going, and let's talk a little bit about what's going on with small businesses across the globe. Okay, I'm just getting a little feedback, but I'm going to keep carrying on. All right, so let's talk a little bit about small businesses and what's happening. As Amy stated, small businesses are absolutely critical to economies across the globe. They provide in some markets up to 50% of GDP and employ 2/3 of the world's population. And so when small businesses suffer, everybody suffers. And we know that COVID has hit small businesses incredibly hard. And there are a few key problems that they have really struggled with. First and foremost, getting cash in the door. Many small businesses don't have much cash on hand, and some only have about a month's worth. And so that is a really acute pain point that has become even worse during COVID. The other area that small businesses are really looking at and trying to accelerate is their transition to digital. We all know that with COVID, socially distanced shopping and commerce has become the norm. And so at Mastercard, our big focus in helping small business is not just in helping them pay, but helping them in these three new areas, helping small businesses get paid, get capital, and get digital. And so in addition to building our own innovations and product development at Mastercard, we find it very beneficial to partner with these amazing fintechs and bring these capabilities to market with our customers. And so we're really excited to talk to Brock a little bit more about his experience at Lendio. But Brock, before we start talking about your company, I'd love to talk a little bit more about you. I read your bio, and I know that at one point you were a semi-professional soccer player. I also heard that you're very much into water sports. So my first question for you is, which do you prefer, the field or the water?
Oh man, that's a tough question. These days, I probably prefer the water. I love surfing, I love wakeboarding, love water skiing, whatever it is. I love to be out on the lake.
Wonderful. All right, so let's now talk a little bit about Lendio. It has been, I'm sure, an amazing sort of last year, especially. Could you talk a little bit about what drew you to start Lendio and what it's been like to work with small businesses through the crisis?
Yeah, well, first off, we're so passionate about small business owners and getting them the capital they need. We are a marketplace that allows a business owner to go to one place, complete an application, and get access to many lenders and many different loan products. At the beginning of the year, the economy was great, and all of a sudden, we all know that the rug was pulled out from under us, and the pandemic hit. This had a devastating effect on small businesses where they were shut down. There was quarantines. Restaurants weren't able to accept customers in their restaurant, and other impacts to these small businesses. As a marketplace that helps business owners get capital, we were monitoring closely the Paycheck Protection Program here in the United States, the CARES Act, or the stimulus package, and we decided we were going to go all in. Meaning we were going to do everything we could to help as many small business owners as possible get access to the Paycheck Protection Program. Our mission normally is fueling the small business dream or helping them get capital. In this instance, we tweaked it and said we're going to save the small business dream. And during this time period, we helped over 100,000 small businesses secure about $8 billion of Paycheck Protection Program loans to be able to make it through this difficult time. And it was a roller coaster, but it was something that was incredibly meaningful to our entire organization to know the impact we had on the lives of these small business owners who were going through difficult times.
Wonderful. A true example of FinTech for good, just as Amy has mentioned up front. So you've done a lot of work with small businesses in a very trying time. I think it'd be really interesting to hear your perspectives on what their needs are and how, as a fintech, you've been able to innovate to meet those needs.
Yeah, I think there's two things in particular that small business owners that have a constant need around. Number one is cash, working capital, equipment loans, lines of credit, whatever that might be, to help them manage and grow their business. And the second is cash flow management. So the way we help small business owners get access to capital is through, like I said, our marketplace. Instead of a business owner going lender to lender to lender and applying for a loan with each different lender, getting their credit pulled and getting declined, and it's a negative experience, we've been able to aggregate over 300 lenders onto one platform and allow them to complete one application and then comparison shop their loan options and choose the loan product that is the best fit for them. It simplifies the experience, makes it significantly easier for them to be able to manage their business and get cash when they need it. The second is through cash flow management, helping business owners day to day manage their cash flow, whether that be through invoices and collecting cash or managing their expenses. And we have our product we call Sunrise by Lendio that is a cash flow management tool. It pulls their bank data every single day, connects, allows them to do invoice management, provides them cash flow alerts, and then also alerts them when they're qualified for a loan, connecting the dots between cash and cash flow management, or loans and cash flow management. So those are two things that we've identified, these areas of opportunity with small business owners, and those are the two ways we're trying to solve that to help them manage their cash.
Terrific, really good stuff. Brock, we're here talking to a number of banks and fintechs. And I think many people are really trying to figure out, how do fintechs and banks partner together, and what's the best way to go about that? I'm sure you have a perspective and some advice to give on that topic. Would you be willing to share that with the audience?
Yeah, no question. We love working with financial institutions, and whether that is adding them as a lender on our marketplace and bringing them new loan opportunities or new customers, or it might be they want to accept applications online and they want to create a digital loan application and be able to underwrite and service loans online. We can help them that way. Or it may be that they get a lot of customers applying for a loan and they can't say yes to every customer. They don't want to decline the customer and lose the relationship and the deposits, and risk that the customer might go to a different bank. And so we provide a path where they can decline that customer, and we can get them, that business owner, a loan through a non-competitive other lender, so they can maintain that relationship. But our goal is to help financial institutions in this to go digital. How do we help them to more efficiently underwrite loans? How do we help them to acquire new customers? How do we help them to accept customers online, especially after this pandemic, where business owners aren't particularly interested or can't or unable to go into the branch?
Right, so there's that get digital theme, but I also hear a lot of focus on making sure that there's a win-win scenario all around.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we want to help small businesses, right?
Yeah. Absolutely, and I think the partnership that many players in the industry have, and the way everybody's pulled together, has just been amazing. Really trying to get the support that's needed to small businesses. So another question for you, Brock: if you were to look into your crystal ball, what do you think this industry should be looking for next?
Well, I think that as we move into 2021, there's a lot of information and data around that. There's business owners that are still going through, we all know, the difficult, this winter, the dark winter of COVID, right? And hopefully there's another stimulus package here in the U.S. and throughout the globe. But we've seen statistics that say over 50% of business owners will need access to capital in 2021. And to get back on their feet, to get to a position of strength. And so our goal is to be able to support those businesses that need access to capital. And then the other trend that we're seeing is that with financial institutions, they've been talking about going digital for a long time. Some have made more progress than others. But after going through this pandemic, I think the urgency And the appetite to be able to accelerate those plans of going digital has definitely increased. And so we've had a lot of inbound requests and to say, how can we help? And we've helped a couple hundred financial institutions during this time frame to go digital. So, and I also think, it's right now with the economy the way it is, there's a lot of transactions happening, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in the industry from lenders being consolidated and other things like that.
Absolutely. And I think, that point around getting digital, we've also seen that small businesses who are able to transition into digital not only have a better chance of surviving through this pandemic, but also growing their sales and their revenues. And I think, on that point, we're also seeing that banks are becoming more digital in how they service their customers. And it sounds like you're doing a really nice job in helping the banks do that as well.
It's been incredible to see the trend with small businesses, and everyone's kind of been forced into it. I mean, I think the appetite was to go digital, but with the pandemic, it's accelerated those plans. At Lendio, we're grateful to be in the Start Path program and working with Mastercard on these initiatives to help small businesses. We love the passion that you have, and to dedicate $250 million to the program and help 50 million small businesses across the globe. And so for us to be able to work with you on that and help small business owners during the difficult time and then come out of it even stronger is something that we're very dedicated to.
Terrific. Well, thank you so much, Brock. What a great chat. It was lovely to talk to you, and it's great to have such a like-minded focus in terms of how we can pull together to help small businesses, particularly get the access to the capital that they so desperately need at this point in time. So now we're going to get ready to turn it over to Chris, who's going to start sharing some really exciting information and insights from 3 other startup fintechs in the Mastercard Start Path program. So Chris, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you, Andrea and Brock. What a fantastic session. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Chris Gillings, and I'm the North American lead for StartPath, based out of New York City. I'm delighted to introduce you to 3 amazing startups today who are part of Mastercard StartPath and are collaborating with Mastercard and our customers to help small businesses all over the world succeed. Today's session is going to be simple and a lot of fun. We're going to hear rapid style pitches from each of the founders, followed by some very quick Q&A. And first up, we have Paul Christensen, the co-founder and CEO of Previse, who is reimagining B2B payments to ensure small businesses are paid quickly and fairly. Let's check out the pitch.
Well, hello, and thank you for the invitation. The theme for this event is supporting SMBs as the driver for the economy. I couldn't be more passionate or inspired about that topic. We're Previse, and through our Instant Pay product, we solve the most critical issue for SMBs. But let me start with a few questions. What's the biggest challenge for SMBs globally? Cash flow. And what is the biggest driver of cash flow challenges for SMBs that sell to large corporates? Slow payments. Now, to illustrate the inefficiency here in what happens in business, imagine if when you bought your coffee this morning, you said, "Thanks for my coffee, send me an invoice, I'll pay you in 90 days. That'd be absurd, right? And yet, that's how business works all over the world. And it really highlights the difference between the efficiency of the consumer market and the inefficiency of the B2B market, which relies on invoices, payment terms, and a whole host of clunky processes. And this is a huge market. The B2B market, $125 trillion, is 5 times the size of the consumer market. And of that $125 trillion, 30 trillion is SMBs selling goods and services to large corporates. The average payment terms around the world is 63 days, and it's getting longer every year. So you've got the world's SMBs lending, in effect, $30 trillion a year for over 63 days to the world's largest corporates. Now that's crazy. It makes no sense. It is a massive global inefficiency holding SMBs back. And it just doesn't have to be like that. Our platform offers a radically different experience. This electrician did some work for one of our corporate clients, sent them an invoice, and within 24 hours received this remittance advice, and the money was in his account. Simple, elegant, delightful. And so how do we do it? Well, we automatically prepay a corporate's invoices the moment they're received at our risk and with third-party capital. We use AI to analyze all the data of that large company so that we can detect the very few invoices that need intervention, so everything else can get paid straight away. We work with Mastercard, who partners and distributes our product into the banks, into the corporates, into the world's SMBs. We're Previse, the new global standard for B2B payments.
Hey, Paul, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. How are you?
Great, thanks, Chris. Great to be here, although I wish I was with you in Sydney rather than here in London.
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful time of year here. First of all, fantastic pitch, but I must say it all does sound a little bit too good to be true. So my question to you is how are you guys doing this, and why has it taken so long for this to be done?
We're working as fast as we can. Yeah, Chris, we do hear that a lot. And the answer is data. We do it with data. This is just a perfect machine learning use case. There are vast, vast amounts of data in every company in the world's ERP system. No one's using it. And we're analyzing that data so that we can precisely risk assess each and every invoice. And the reason why it's never been done till now is really these machine learning tools have only been available in the last 5 years. So before 5 years ago, this was just, it wasn't possible, whereas today it is.
Got it. And obviously you're providing a great service to small businesses, but what role can large corporates play in the equation?
Yeah, so as I described in the pitch, it's the large corporates, that $30 trillion of payments that they're making that is the problem. And every large corporate has this goldmine of data in their ERP system, and none of them are using it. So by partnering with us, every corporate in the world can very, very easily, and without cost to them, have all their suppliers, their SMB suppliers, paid on day one. And through our partnership with Mastercard and with the world's leading banks, every corporate can do this. There's really nothing more powerful that they could do to help their suppliers and, frankly, to drive an inclusive recovery than just to pay their suppliers on day one.
Love it. Love the mission and love Previse. So thank you so much for your time, Paul. It's been a delight. Please, folks on the call today, check out Previse, and we'll see you soon, Paul.
Excellent. Thanks, Chris.
Next up, we are joined by Miguel Matus, the co-founder and COO of Izicap, which provides local businesses with unique insights to supercharge their digital marketing efforts. Let's check out the pitch.
Hi, I'm Miguel Mateus, a co-founder of Izicap. I'm here today to talk to you about the value our loyalty and CRM solution provides to merchants, acquirers, and banks. We all know that merchants are struggling, and we at Izicap, we believe we can help them thrive even in these difficult circumstances. Our solution is composed of four components. First one is the ability to recruit cardholders to the loyalty scheme. Second one is a dashboard that is very marketing oriented. The third one is the loyalty engine itself. And finally, a communication module that allows merchants to communicate over SMS, email, and even social networks. So how do we make this happen? So first thing, we download the software to the payment terminal that makes the payment terminal become a marketing machine. We capture 100% of the transactions, and so each transaction becomes a marketing opportunity. And finally, we do this in partnership. We go to market in partnership with the banks and acquirers to make it easy for the merchants to subscribe to our solution. From the point of view of a cardholder, his payment card becomes the loyalty card. No need to download an app, no need for anything else. He just leaves his phone number at payment once in his lifetime, and nothing more needs to be done on the payment terminal. From the point of view of the merchant, we really increase his revenue. So someone that enrolls to the loyalty program will spend about 50% more over the next 12 months. To have an idea, last year, we generated 26 million euros of additional revenue for our merchants. From the point, here are some real life examples. So an hairdresser turning over about 160K enrolled 25% of his business in our platform, and they increased their revenues by about 14%. From the point of view of the banks and the acquirers, we provide a way to reduce attrition. We provide differentiation to their offer. And finally, we generate a new revenue stream because we share the revenues with the acquirer. Here is another example from a regional bank in France. After 18 months of launch, they already had generated 4 million euros of gross revenue. We are today already in 3 countries in Europe with 5 operations. We have more than 1 million cardholders enrolled to our scheme. We process every month about 150 million transactions. And the time has come to expand outside Europe, and we are pretty ready for that. We have a call center that handles 10 languages, and we can expand that if needed. The way to set up the solution is very easy. In 90 days, we work with your teams to make this a reality. And so we're very happy to partner with you. Thank you for your attention.
Hey, Miguel, welcome. Great to see you. So thank you for your presentation. We'd love to let's start at the end. You mentioned that you're in 3. What I was saying was, you mentioned right at the end of your pitch that you're currently in a few countries in Europe, but you have ambitions and plans to expand elsewhere. Can you provide a little bit more details for the global audience on the line today?
Yeah, I mean, our vocation since the beginning is to be multinational, because our platform brings so much value that, you know, it can be applied in any country, any place there are small and medium businesses. And so from the beginning, we built a platform that is totally customizable to languages and to locations. And so we're doing it gradually. We're starting from our core market in Europe, but we are now ready to expand to other countries.
Fantastic. And very quickly, if you could tell us one thing that makes the Izicap solution different from every other loyalty solution on the market, what would that be?
Yeah, I would say that, you know, we're not just a software, or we're not just a platform for the merchants. We are really someone that helps them to get their marketing and CRM in order. That we give to small merchants the tools that only large retailers had available just a few months ago. And so that is a big difference, because we're not just a software, we are a solution. We really help merchants increase their value, and we can prove it.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much, Miguel. Great to see you. And please, folks on the line, make sure you check out Izicap after the session.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Miguel. Last but not least, we'll be hearing from Engel, the Chief Business Development Officer of vCita, which provides small businesses all the tools and resources they need to succeed. Let's check out the pitch.
Hi, my name is Engel. I'm Chief Business Development Officer at vCita. vCita is 10 years old this year. We have 150 employees split between our offices in Bellevue, Washington and Tel Aviv, Israel. And we're using this global footprint to help hundreds of thousands of SME owners manage the 3 fundamentals of their day-to-day: money, time, and clients. Our clients come from different backgrounds, hundreds of professions, but they all have one thing in common. They need to find ways to manage the constant tension between working in their business and working on their business. We engage with them on a day-to-day basis through our onboarding calls, our educational channels, surveys, webinars. We have over 10,000 of our SME customers on our Facebook group, letting us know exactly what they need and what they think of our product. As a result, we were able to build an all-in-one app specifically designed with these businesses in mind from the ground up. Whether it's helping them send out quotes and get them approved, manage and collect payments, collaborate with their team, manage their schedules, engage with their clients in a meaningful way through targeted marketing campaigns. By simplifying and automating day-to-day tasks and offering bite-sized learning opportunities to help them take up new digital tools and upskill themselves, vCita frees them up to focus on what's most important, creating great client experiences and building robust businesses in their communities. Now, we partner with financial institutions, telcos, marketing platforms, and business services who are as passionate as we are about supporting the success of SMEs. We help our partners become an essential part of the business owner's day-to-day, therefore create upsell and cross-sale opportunities for themselves. Having that insight into the day-to-day activities of their customers allows them to stand out, create long-lasting relationships with SME owners that have a positive impact on their lives and on their businesses. For example, together with our partners at Mastercard, we have been providing critical guidance and tools for small business owners, allowing them to take self-assessment questionnaires to understand what digital tools are relevant specifically for them, and then walking them through setting up these tools. And we would love to discuss this business case and building similar custom solutions for your SME clients. We are always excited to work together with like-minded partners who, like us, believe that we rise by lifting others.
Hey, Adi, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good to hear. You mentioned cross-sell and upsell opportunities, something that all businesses, big and small, are always thinking about. Can you talk a little bit more about how vCita's data can help with those opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if we're talking about digitalization and in the greater context of getting paid and getting access to capital, taking your business to a more digitalized platform is a win-win-win situation. It works for the end client because they would get a better customer experience. It works for the business because they would be more efficient, more transparent, more organized on their day-to-day basis. It will also work for the financial institutions that are there to offer them capital, because eventually, as their CRM, we would know how many customers do they have, how often they come back, how much do they pay them, how long does it take them to pay them. So a lot of good stuff from everyone that was talking ahead of me today. I think if we're looking at it from a service provider perspective, which is our market, we could help them do that, and at the same time help the financial institutions that support them, give them better service in the process. So to me, that's very exciting.
Absolutely, hugely valuable. So you mentioned financial institutions, and I know that there are a lot of FI folks on the line today. Can you talk a little bit about how you can integrate with a financial institution app or website?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of those bigger buzzwords around is beyond banking, and it's about taking it to a more practical level. So we like to call ourselves an app because we want to keep it simple, but we're in a complete API-based platform. Anything on the platform can be triggered from the outside and vice versa. So integration is a matter of days, and we can create really good customer experiences for those customers together. So again, hope to be able to do that together with some of the audience here.
Fantastic. So that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much, Adi. It was fantastic. Everyone, thank you for joining us. That's it for today's session. Please, we'd encourage you to check out all the startups that featured today. And also, if you'd like to learn more about StartPath, please visit startpath.com or reach out to us at StartPath Mastercard.com. It's been a pleasure to host you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks.
And this concludes the FinTech Day demo segment where we highlighted another 3 upcoming small and medium businesses.